Hello everyone, it's me McMiner, and welcome back to another episode of the My Creations Showcases series here on Minecraft. I believe this is episode 56 in the series now, and in today's episode, it's potentially going to be an hour-long special. I'm not too sure. We are going to be touring... let me actually, to reduce lag a little bit, do that. We are going to be touring a remastered version of a theme park, of a world that I made back when I first started my channel. I started the original version of this world back in middle school. In fact, I have a tour of the theme park section of it on my channel. It's one of the first 10 videos I uploaded. If you go to my channel page and you click oldest, it will be one of the first 10 videos on there. And yeah, this is a remastered version of that world. Now, this is some of the info for it. Welcome to McMiner World. The world is called McMiner World. It consists of a theme park and a water park. I spelled theme wrong. Gonna have to fix that. I heavily suggest playing the theme park first. It's much bigger than the water park. In fact, the water park still isn't finished. I am going to be making a video on that when I get to that. In fact, this was actually originally going to be episode 100 of the My Creations Showcases series, to celebrate the fact that it's a remastered version of one of my favorite worlds that I made on the console edition. Like, the console edition I played was the Wii-U. My gosh, the memories of console edition with the minigames and stuff. So yeah, here are the rules. Survival or adventure mode, easy to hard difficulty because some games require hostile mobs. Best experience, keep the daylight cycle turned on and have fun. Oh, actually, let me... Game will do daylight cycle true. There we go. And then, yeah, part 2. Oh, wait, no. Made by me, inspired by Z1 and Only Gaming's Let's Build a Theme Park series. It's a lot of my own stuff though, so yeah. This map was first made on the Wii U back when I was in middle school. I am a senior in college now, so take into consideration how long that was. This was remade / remastered on the PC, so it looks much more polished. Water Park is inspired by various tutorials on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, blah blah blah. And yeah, I'm going to be touring the theme park in this world. So yeah, or in this episode, I should say. Gonna be touring the theme park because the water park still obviously isn't finished yet. I'll be touring the water park once I do end up finishing it. But for now, this episode is just gonna be on the theme park. So yeah. So yeah, that is that. And if we head on down here, we can come down this way. Kind of similar to how X-Kitech X. It's like kind of similar to how X-Kitech X's Stampy's Lovely World remake, like the spawn for his Stampy's Lovely World remake, which hopefully I'll be able to get part 2 of that series out as well, because I have part 1. I have part 1 on my channel. It was a part of this series as well. As you can see, yeah, right here, McMiner World. Here is the map of the entire park. Well, majority of the entire park, well, the entire theme park. Some of the water parks still needs to be done. Well, a lot of the water parks still needs to be done. There has been a decent bit of progress if you look from the front, because as you can see, like, I made a log splash, and that Guardian is supposed to be a minigame, and then there is a log flume ride, kind of similar to the Squid Splash ride from the Let's Build a Theme Park series by Z1 and Only Gaming. If Z1 and Only Gaming ends up watching this, which the chances of that happening are really low, considering he hasn't been that active on YouTube at all. But if he does end up watching this, I want to know his thoughts on the entire thing. So yeah, we are going to be touring the theme park today, and I'm going to be touring everything in the order that I built everything in. And I have Z1 Only Gaming's Let's Build a Theme Park playlist to help remind me of what was built and all of that. Because like I said, the floor plan, like the planning of this park was heavily inspired by Z1 Only Gaming's Let's Build a Theme Park series, just like the original theme park, which, you know what, I'm actually going to leave a link to that tour in the description for those who don't want to go into the hassle of clicking oldest on my videos page and then finding McMiner World as one of the first 10 videos. So yeah, I'm going to leave a link in the description for those of you who want to check it out. You can be the judge if this version looks much more polished, and yeah. we're gonna start off here. We have an individual map of the theme park, just like how the water park has an individual map of that. And if we, oh yeah, the staff only, the ticket vendors, and yeah, and yeah, that's the ticket vendor stuff. And you know what? We're gonna go out of order first. We're gonna go out of order a little bit actually, starting with this diner right here, made in similar materials as to the original. So yeah, it's called the Get Your Energy Diner. I honestly tried going with a Stampy style name for the restaurants and stuff. And yeah, it's like, as you can see, there's someone right there. Oh yeah, and as I am going through this, here we have a kitchen. As I'm going through this, I actually recently got into Minecraft ARGs. They're actually really, really well done. And the one YouTuber that I especially really like in regards to Minecraft ARGs is this one YouTuber named Andre the Great, spelled Ondrae, the Great. He recently reached 100,000 subscribers, which I find really amazing, considering he's my favorite Minecraft ARG YouTuber at the moment. But anyways, we have this backhand area over here with more seating areas. And yeah, that is that. And we can move on over to this ride right here. We can move on to the first ever thing that started this entire remake. Screaming Meanie, another themed ride. As you can see, I added a sign as well. It's called the Screaming Meanie. I actually got inspired by a Big Nate comic strip for this name. Fun fact. And yeah, we can go ahead and ride it real quick. Oh, I'm in adventure, so looks like I need to be in survival to put minecarts down. I don't know. Anyways, let's move on. Let's go ahead and ride this. As you can see some of the water park right there. Screaming Meanie. Yeah, this is the first of 3 Nether themed rides. Actually, let me turn minecart sounds down. Music and sounds, let me turn, I think it's this, I'm not sure. Okay, no. Music and sounds. So I'm gonna figure that out later. Apologies if you can't hear my voice over the minecart. That's because I'm using the laptop's built-in microphone, which is a pretty crappy microphone. I'll need to figure out I'm not gonna worry about that too much right now, but hopefully I'll be able to get a better microphone for this, for these videos. And yeah. That is that. I'm actually going to keep this minecart considering that's an ender chest. Considering I use an ender chest for all the roller coasters. And so, yeah. Oh yeah, there's this monorail system right here as well. And let's see. Let's pull up the playlist as well. Okay, so the next thing that was built is this building right here. Actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna go out of order. I'm just gonna go in the order of how much what I walk past. So here we have a plane ride, which is supposed it's funny because in the original Z1 Only Gaming Let's Build theme park series, there's a plane ride and a teacup ride. I just put them in swapped areas because this was the teacup area in his series, and then over there is a teacup ride, which is inspired by TSMC. This thing right here is inspired by a TSMC Minecraft tutorial as well. In fact, the teacup ride area that's over there, I actually used to I actually used his entire amusement park tutorial series to make a Find the Button level in my final Extremely Hard Buttons map. Y'all should go check out that, because actually, yeah, it was the previous episode of my creation showcases at the time you're watching this. So yeah, so yeah, we have a Ferris wheel right here, and then we also have a park-to-park monorail, which is actually inspired by the Hogwarts Express at Universal Orlando Resort, which is very close to where I live. Hopefully I don't dox myself by saying that. But yeah, this Ferris wheel, plane ride, monorail, and park-to-park monorail. Anyways, next up we have this child area right here. Sorry about that. I'm putting different cuts in the video for reasons that For editing reasons, number one. Number two, hopefully the mic quality actually stays consistent throughout the entire video. So yeah, here we have a child's area for, like, for adults to drop off their kids, especially for when they go on any of the roller coasters, like the Screaming Meanie there. Anyways, but yeah, that is the child's area. And actually, you know what, no, I changed my mind. I will go in order. So, moving on. So, hold on. Actually, yeah, I'm actually gonna go into creative to make things much
easier
in regards to all of that. So yeah, that's the child swap area. Then over here we have an ice cream truck, which the design is, it's by a Magma Mutant tutorial. I remember back when I first played Minecraft, I would go to Magma Mutant's channel for tutorials. Like there was this really cool looking cinema he made as well, and that was one of the first tutorials of Magma Mutants that I ended up following. So yeah, ice cream truck right here. And anyways, moving on, we have a merry-go-round right here. It's a really basic merry-go-round made up of different stone type materials. We've got stone brick, deep slate, and black stone. Because I really like how all of these types of stone, like, they go from the lightest gray to the darkest. Well, this is pretty much black, hence the name Blackstone. But yeah, this is a merry-go-round we got here. And then next up was, what was it? It was this. A bumper boat ride, or a bumper boat minigame. So I have the rules right here. So if you wanna read the rules, you can pause. If you wanna read the rules for each minigame I go to, you can pause the video because I'm not gonna bother reading any of those rules to you guys. So yeah, we have a bumper boats game right here. As you can see, there's some water stuff. Like, it's a bumper boats game, kind of like in any normal Minecraft theme park, kind of like the ones that popular MMOs made. In fact, let me go ahead and add a pail boat into the mix, considering those were recently added in late 1.21. So yeah, we have bumper boats here. Anyways, next up we have this ride right here, which is called the Fender Ender, the first of 3. I decided to make a giant Enderman statue and another sign. And for those of you who don't know, this is supposed to be a play on the phrase Fender Bender. I remember when I first came up with this name when first making this back in middle school. I thought I was super smart. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and ride this, and I'm actually just gonna stay quiet for the entirety of these roller coaster rides. So I'm gonna stay quiet. You can enjoy the ride. Okay. Oops. There we go. But yeah, it's basically like the Screaming Meanie, except it's end themed instead of nether themed. It's end blocks instead of nether blocks. And yeah, there are, just like with the Screaming Meanie franchise of rides. The Screaming Meanie name is a trilogy of roller coasters. So is the Fender Ender. So yeah, that is that ride, and then we move on to this right here, which is a simulate. It's supposed to be a simulator type ride. It's basically kind of the same thing as what Z1 Only Gaming did in regards to all of that. But yeah, not gonna go too much into detail here. So yeah, that is that. And then next up we have a dunk tank, which is better played with 2 players, but here are the rules if you want to read them. Again, pause the video if you want. So yeah, that is that. And then next up was the soda shop right here. Z1 Only Gaming made it a cup of soda. I decided to make it a bottle of soda. And I even named the stand the same thing as what Z1 Gaming named his video on this sort of thing, it was called Cola Anyone. So yeah, that is that. I should, you know what? Hold on. Let me get some water bottles. Put them in like that and like that. There we go. Make it more like an actual. Make it look more like but make it look like there's actual inventory in this little restaurant. So yeah, that is the cola shop, and then we can move on to the teacup ride over here. It is the TSMC Minecraft Amusement Park Series teacup ride, which, like I said, I used the entire amusement park as a find the button level in my final Extremely Hard Buttons map. You can go check that out in the you can go check out that video and the entire series down the description. Like, it's the previous episode of this series, so yeah. Nothing too much to say about that. And then after that, we can move on to this Spleef game right here. That's right here, right across from the Fender Ender ride. Inspired by design-wise, it's inspired by the Spleg game from the Funtime theme park that Popular MMOs and Gaming with Jen played. Man, I really miss those days. I really miss those days of where Pat and Jen would play those would play these worlds, like, just play Minecraft in general, no matter what it was. Because, yeah, I still even in 2025, I still binge their videos for nostalgia reasons. Who else does that as well? Like, to anyone watching, who else does that as well? So, yeah, we have this Spleef game. I'm not going to go too much into detail of the design of it, except for maybe the layers, the bottom layers, I should say. If we come down here, like, the bottom layers are more hidden by the lava, and yeah, that is that, and yeah, we can move on to the next thing. Oh yeah, and the reason I said, like, for best experience, keep daylight cycle on, is because I actually lit up everything, kind of so it could be seen at night, pretty much. Kind of similar to how I did the original, park. Oh yeah, and while I was on the Fender Ender ride, you probably saw these games right here. I'm going to be getting to those later in the video. And yeah, anyways, that is the Spleef ride right there. Anyways, next up we have a ride that probably would have ended up better in the water park. It is called Water Rush. Now, this was a B ride in Z1 Only Gaming's original series. However, there actually is a B ride in this park. You'll see that ride in a little bit. But yeah, I'll be quiet for the ride, and yeah, enjoy. It has a similar premise to the B ride at in Z1 Only Gaming's B park. It's really short too, so forgive me for that. Anyways, moving on, we have another another TSMC Minecraft tutorial thing. It is of a go-kart track. I'm not going to bother riding it. You can just look at the track yourself and kind of see the layout, like kind of see the path of it. And yeah, that is that, and we can move on to this. Right here, which is it's of a bar. Like, old-timey bar. I put this sign in considering, like, when I showed the original park to my family, they were like, oh, adults can drop off their kids just to have a drink or something like that. That's the reason I added this sign. You're only allowed in if your party doesn't consist of kids. So that's why I added that in. And yeah, it's just a bar. Now, for those of you who've been keeping up with my Extremely Hard Buttons series / My Creators Showcases series, this is the design I used to make the bar level in one of my Extremely Hard Buttons maps. I forget which one I made it in. It was either in number 13 or 14. But I made this bar before then, so if you were wondering, no, I did not copy this bar. Like, I did not copy that bar into here. I copied this one onto there. Anyways, moving on. But yeah, that is the bar area. Anyways, moving on over here, we have a creeper coaster. We have a creeper coaster ride, similar to like it was kind of like a Stampy sort of thing, and so it was a creeper. Like it was a creeper ride, but I made it my own thing. Anyways, next up we have a ride called the Creeper Beeper. Alright, moving on to the Creeper Beeper ride. I decided to try to make a rhyming thing there. That's why it's called the Creeper Beeper. So yeah, time to ride it. I'll be quiet. So yeah, I tried to make it my own thing by making these little blocks of TNT, like these mini blocks of TNT with the banners, with the words TNT saying, like, the words TNT, like, via banners and all that, and yeah, that is that. Anyways, we can move on over here to this little mini golf area. I'm not going to be going through each of the holes. Like, it's 4 holes, just like the Z1 Only Gaming version, just like the Z1 Only Gaming theme park, except we have 2 normal holes, then another themed hole, and then an end themed hole, kind of. So yeah, nothing too interesting for here, except for the fact that I made this sign. And yeah, moving on, because this is the, like, in the original Z1 Only Gaming theme park version, that he was making a hotel that looked like the Disney Castle, except that was strewn throughout the entire series. Like, he made 2 parts at a time before moving on to something else, and then coming back to it. We have a little hotel here, which, yeah, the design is a tutorial by Halney, which, very nice Minecraft tutorial, very nice Minecraft tutorial YouTuber, by the way. I really like Halney's Minecraft tutorials. In fact, I use a lot of them for my Find the Button maps. So we can come over to this hotel, see what it has in store. So yeah, like if you didn't watch that tutorial, I can give you a quick run around real quick. So yeah, and then we have this little dining area up here. Got some stairways right here, and then all this. And then we can take a look at one of the rooms, because they're pretty much all the rooms are pretty much identical. So I'm not going to go too much into detail in regards to that. But anyways, we can move on. Oh, we can move on to this game right here. It's basically the same thing. It's a pyramid maze. I decided to name it the Temple Maze Escape, which is a playable maze. I'm not going to go into it. In fact, you know what? I'm going to see if going into spectator mode will allow you to look at it all. So, yeah. Going into spectator mode will allow you to look at quite a bit of it will allow you to look at the layout of it pretty easily. So, yeah, we have that. We have floor 2, and floor 3, floor 4, floor 5, floor 6, and then, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, yeah, we can go back into creative. So, yeah, that is that. And, yeah, we can move on to the next thing, which is, the bouncy castles that are across the street from the bar. Like, it's just little trampolines that I decided to make. I even include the addition of the chains, like of little chains to hopefully prevent people from falling out, like as a safety precaution, like if this was real life, because in Minecraft you can just walk straight through them. And yeah, that is that. And then we have next up in order, we have a fry stand right here, which it's basically the same thing as Z1 Only Gaming's fry stand. It's a McDonald's fry container with some fries sticking out of it. It's a more simplified version of it. I really hope this isn't considered plagiarism, because if it is, I will be more than happy to change it. Like, I'll be more than happy to change it into something else. And yeah, and then next up was more of the hotel stuff. And after that was the Ender Dragon ride right here. I decided to use the original version of this map. It was just an Enderman face, but I decided to make it into the Ender Dragon face that Z1 Only Gaming did because of how bigger it is. and I decided to name this Defender Ender 2, the Ender Dragon. So yeah, we can come on this ride right here, and I'll be quiet. And that is that ride. And yeah, really, again, hope Z1 Only Gaming was okay with me doing this. So yeah, I mean, this entire park is basically just a fan project. It was basically just a fan project of Z1 Only Gaming's Let's Build a Theme Park series. Let's just say that. But anyways, next up we have the gift shop. There's a gift shop that's nearby the start of it all. That's at the beginning of it all. And yeah, this right here. The design is by a YouTuber named It's Marlow. Now this I basically use to keep extra. Now I basically use this to keep extra loot. Oh, oops. To keep extra loot that I would potentially need later down the line, like that sign right there. Some inks, some yeah, and then some banners. Yeah, some glowing sacks and dyes, and then some lamppost stuff. Cause if I come out, actually, let me show you. Yeah, nothing in those chests. So yeah, if I come out over here, I can, like, there are a couple lampposts right there as well. So yeah, that is the gift shop, and then after that was the monorail, which I'm actually going to be riding at the end of the video. So that is that. Then it was another castle slash hotel part, and then after that we have this, which is a disco floor. It's supposed to be a disco floor, and this is supposed to be a play on the meme of disco party. Like, this is the lyrics to that. Like, I saw it as Geometry Dash YouTube Shorts, but yeah, go look it up if you don't know what I'm talking about. Like, search up disco party meme. I don't know what you would search up, but yeah, these are the lyrics to that, and it's supposed to be a disco floor with all the different music discs that you can put in that jukebox right there. And then moving on over, where do we go next? Oh, this way. Next up we have a stationary pirate ship ride. Like, I swapped out the pirate ship and the carousel, just like I swapped out the plane ride and teacup ride. It's a stationary pirate ship ride. It's not rideable, unfortunately. I feel like those who are pros at Redstone and commands could potentially make it rideable, but I am not a pro at Minecraft Redstone or commands, so this is gonna have to do. And yeah. Anyways, we can move on to the next thing, which is of a haunted house, which is a haunted house attraction designed by a YouTuber named Broken Pixel SK. Included music discs 11 and 13. I can do a quick walkthrough of this entire area really quick, like of this entire attraction. Is there anything in this barrel? No. We have this right here, and then we have a second floor. For those of you who didn't watch the tutorial, we can go through all of this. And then we have another bedroom. What does this door lead to? Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, no, I remember. I mean, it's been a while since I built this. I mean, I first built this. This whole attraction back when the Apology Tour episode of Hell of a Boss came out. So you can probably tell that's how long I've been working on this entire thing. So yeah, we have that, and then we have an attic up here. So yeah, we have this attic up here, and yeah, you're just gonna have to trust me when I say there's nothing in these chests and barrels. And then we can do a quick little fly around of the outside area as well. So yeah, we have some gravestones out here, as well as some spruce trees to to darken the mood a little bit, like to hopefully give it a much more spookier vibe. And yeah, so yeah, that is the haunted house attraction that I made. And so yeah, we can move on to the next thing, which is a statue of me. Just kidding. It is actually a parkour. It is actually a parkour arena. All right, we can move on to the parkour. We can move on to the My Statue parkour, which ever since I first made this in a parkour map called Parkour Adventures as the final stage, the test stage, I've basically copy pasted this in a lot of things. Like, this is basically copy pasted from that. I copy pasted this parkour arena pretty much everywhere I built this statue of me whenever I wanted to make it into a game. So yeah, I pretty much I pretty much copy pasted this at least 5 times. Like, I pretty much made this exact same parkour course for theme parks at least 5 times. Like for parkour maps and theme park maps for that matter. So yeah, and then we have this whole area, we have this whole thing right here. Oh, just sprint for that, and there we go. And yeah, I think you're able to drop down safely, and I think you're able to drop down safely if you're in survival. Might need to put a sign that says set your spawn point here just in case. But yeah, that is that, and then we can, and yeah, the next episode that Z1 Only Gaming did was for the Ferris wheel, but I already showed you the Ferris wheel, and then after that we have, it was like in the original world, in the original series it was a London bus, it was just a regular London bus. My version of it is supposed to be the night bus from Harry Potter. Specifically Prisoner of Azkaban. It's like the night bus T parlor. It's supposed to be of the night bus from Harry Potter. If like I said, got some dining right there, and some more dining right there. And yeah, nothing too much going on here. And yeah, we can move on to the next thing, which is the skeletal parkour right here, which like skeletal parkour, which is playable. Like, it's supposed to spawn in skeletons that are trying to shoot you off the parkour, so you need to be as quick as you can in regards to making it through the parkour. So yeah, it's like you need to be as quick as possible, otherwise the skeletons are gonna shoot down at you. And yeah, that is that, and then we can move on to this, which is a dolphin show, kind of like the ones at SeaWorld. But yeah, like back when Z1 Only Gaming made this sort of thing, dolphins weren't added in Minecraft. But now, dolphins have been added in Minecraft, hence why I used an official block statue of a dolphin head. I don't know, like, I tried naming the dolphins that were in here, but they still despawned, but I don't know how to fix that. But yeah, anyways, we can move on back over this way. Excuse me. The next game we have is this one, called the Jousting Junction. Now, did I ever include a... Yes, I did. So, here are the rules if you want to read them. Again, oh my gosh, I spelled keep wrong. I'm gonna need to fix that. But yeah, But yeah, if you want to read them, pause the video on the book. So yeah, it's supposed to be a jousting game, kind of similar to the one found in Notchland. But yeah, anyways, we have that, and then moving on, we have this unrideable drop drop ride, which I'm decently proud of the design for, honestly. Like with the word drop and the seating, probably what I'm the most proud of. And yeah, and the tower is a bunch of the different Minecraft colors. The only colors that are missing are the grays, black, and brown. And yeah, I might or might not expand this to include those colors, but we'll just have to wait and see. Like, like, I'll let you guys know of that when I'm finished with the water park and I do my video on that. Anyways, moving on, we have, ooh, I've been looking forward to this. Cue Count Dooku from Revenge of the Sith, at the beginning of Revenge of the Sith. I've been looking forward to this. We have the second Screaming Meanie ride, which is called the Nether Fortress, which it's basically a literal Nether-themed ride. Now, the design of this ride is actually inspired by the Nether Fortress Lego set from 2015. So that is a fun fact about this ride, and I'll go ahead and ride the ride, and I'll be quiet for you guys to enjoy. Now, yeah, that ride is actually a bit of a longer ride, come to think of it. Like, now that I rewrote it, it's one of the longer rides in the entire park, honestly, aside from, like, the monorail or something like that. But yeah, that is the Nether Fortress ride. Now we can move on to the game that's across from the Fender Ender 2, which is an archery match. I made it pink to kind of fit in with this ride's purples and magentas. And the fact that we have cherry blossom type wood now makes that much easier to do. I even made the bow cherry blossom material. But yeah, this is just an archery area. Or if you like, it's just an archery area, kind of like those found in other theme parks. Or if you really want to get special, Stampy Longhead's Pew Pew shooting range. But anyways, moving on, we can move on. Ooh, this ride. It's a fairy ride in the Z1 and Only Gaming series. Like, it takes place in a mushroom biome. But for me, I did not call it that. I decided to call it the Mellow Mushroom, which the name is based off of a pizza place that goes by the same name. It's by SeaWorld Orlando. SeaWorld and Aquatica in Orlando. Anyways, I'll be quiet and enjoy the ride. Alright, that one is another one of the, it's a medium to long size ride, and here is the mushroom that I added for this ride. This ride you'll be seeing here in a little bit. Anyways, moving on, we can, what is the next one? I can't, oh, that's right, it's this game. This was a boat fishing game, but I decided to make this a regular fishing game. So yeah, the fish find, and here, actually, let me go through the rules first. Fish find. The aim is simple. Actually, no. I'm not reading the rules. Pause the video if you want to read those rules, and then hold up. Okay. And then this is the scoreboard. Like, if you get a cod, you get 1 point, a salmon is 2, tropical fish is 3, and a puffer fish is 4. Anything that's not a fish is -1. So I'm not going to go into detail. I'm not going to do a round because it's probably going to take a while. But yeah. Anyways, moving on, we can go to probably one of my favorite areas of the park. It is a T-Rex, well, not T-Rex, dinosaur area, kind of like Jurassic World. Kind of like the dinosaur area that Z1 Only Gaming did for his theme park series. In fact, I even put on the sign, inspired by Z1 and Only. Dinosaur designs inspired by this YouTuber. I do not know how to pronounce it. I think it's Axon NSJ. If that person's watching this video, I'm so sorry if I mispronounced that. But I'm just gonna do a quick fly around. But yeah, I basically followed almost every single one of the person's dinosaur tutorials. I also included a few mini games like in the front area, and then we have more dinosaurs right here. I even included the Indominus Rex from Jurassic World to add a little oomph. Well, not oomph, just like more spice to it. Oh yeah, I believe that is the Indoraptor as well. So yeah, I'm trying my best to showcase all the dinosaurs that are in this area of the park. And yeah, if I miss one, I'm sorry. I will go back to it in my water park tour. Just let me know in the comments what I missed. Anyways, there are 3 mini games and 1 ride in this area as well, which we will get to right now, starting off with this one, Dino Tag. Alright, starting off we have Dino Tag. These are the rules for it. You can pause the video if you want to read those. And yeah, another basic non-redstone type minigame, along with this game right here, which is a maze type hide and seek. So yeah, pause the video if you want to read the rules there. And yeah, that is that. I might honestly replace these chests with barrels. I don't know. But yeah, we have those, and then we have probably my favorite game of them all. It's called Aviary Action, which is number 1, inspired by 2 things. One, the concept is inspired by the aviary from Jurassic World with the pterodactyls and those other flying dinosaurs I forgot the name of. And 2, the name is inspired by the Wally Warbles boss fight from Cuphead, because the Wally Warbles boss fight in Cuphead is literally named Aviary Action. So yeah, here are the rules of this game. And yeah, I can give you a quick fly around of the aviary as well. So yeah, and then here's the button you need to press in order to win. And yeah, that is that. And now we can move on to the ride of the park, like of this certain area, called the Jungle Rush, which is the Z1 and Only Gaming Jungle Rush ride from before, except in its place in my fan version. It is the haunted house that's over there. So yeah, we're gonna take a quick ride at this. Well, it's not gonna be quick because this ride is actually one of the longer rides in the park. So yeah, I will be quiet and I will let you all enjoy the ride. See what I mean when I say that this is one of the longer rides? For this ride, I used a tutorial on YouTube on how to build a jungle temple, like the ones that naturally generate. Like, I used a tutorial on how to build a jungle temple, and in regards to the track stuff, there was quite a bit of trial and error in regards to the switching of the tracks, like out there, and then also in here. There was quite a bit of trial and error for it, but I was able to make it work, and yeah, that is that ride, and that is this whole area, for that matter. And I will give you just a quick little overview of how big this area is. In fact, you probably saw how big it is on the map at the beginning. Anyways, we can move on to what is that next one. I believe it is... Oh, right. It was this game. It was over here. It's basically another archery game, this time with moving minecarts, and you can reset the game by coming in here or through here, and yeah. It's basically just an archery but with moving minecarts. So yeah. That is that, and we can move on. What is next up? Oh, next up is another one of my favorite rides. In Z1 and Only Gaming's theme park world, there is a roller coaster that has 3 tracks to it, and you can choose which track to do it on. But it's the same track for pretty much the entire, like, for all 3 tracks. This is my version of it. It's a mine ride. I'm gonna be riding all 3 tracks. However, choose your mining path. Like, instead of just making 3 tracks that go along the same route, I decided to make 3 completely different routes entirely. So I'm gonna ride all 3 paths, and I will let you all be the judge of what you think. Here's path 1. Here is path 2. And here is path 3. Yeah, it's basically a 3-in-1 roller coaster. It's basically 3 roller coasters in one, rather than just 3 tracks that go in the same general path. So yeah, that is why this ride is one of my personal favorites that I made for this park. But yeah, anyways, we can move on to Fender Ender 3 back here, which is of an end ship, which I basically just followed a tutorial online to help me build this end ship. But yeah, Fender Ender 3, the end ship. This is the final ride in the Fender Ender trilogy. You'll be seeing what the final ride of the Screaming Meanie trilogy is here in a little bit. But yeah, here's the final Fender Ender ride. Enjoy. Alright, that is another relatively short ride. Oh, oops. Let me fix that. There we go. Yeah, that is another relatively short ride. There is nothing else over this way. Anyways, what do we move on to next? Ooh, the aquatics area. Like the aquatics attraction right here. Well, aquatics, which for those of you who don't know, I actually made a tutorial on how to make 3x5 letters and numbers, like 3 long, 5 high letters and numbers. Y'all should go see that tutorial. If I don't forget, I'll put a card on the channel to that tutorial to show you what I did, like to show you how I made these letters. Well, Q is a little different because there was an extra block right here, but you get the gist. We have this aquatic area, which, yeah, the aquatic sea life exhibit, also inspired by Z1 and Only. But yeah, here are the design credits. You can pause if you want to read them. And yeah, there's that. I can do a quick little fly through of it all. And yeah, that is that. And yeah, you'll be seeing the other side from the outside here in a little bit. But this is what the other side looks like on the inside. And yeah, Oh my gosh, it looks really nice when it's nighttime. Honestly, the way I did the torches and stuff. Excuse me, I just ate my lunch before making this video, so forgive me for that. Anyways, we can move on to the next thing, which is this game right here. A fire versus water capture the flag. Fire and water capture the flag. So here are the rules. And here is like the red team is the fire team and the blue team is the water team. Here's the inside of the arena. So yeah, there's the water, and then there's the fire side with the lava bucket. And yeah, I basically used Crimson. I basically made it to look like Crimson and Warp Forest. Like I used Crimson and Warp trees for like this whole arena. So yeah, that is that. Anyways, we can move on to the next thing, which it should be this game over here, which is Guess the Item game. Alright, moving on to this Guess the Item game. So it's very simple. You sit down, and this game requires you to be in creative because of all the different things that are in the game that you might need to look into the inventory you might need to look into creative inventory for to see what potential item you would want to do. Oh yeah, I forgot that the new 1.20, 1.10 or 9 added a lot of copper stuff, and they added shelves as well. I'm still not sure what the shelves actually do, but I'm not sure if those are for novelty purposes or if they're actually functional blocks. But anyways, here are the rules of this. So yeah, at the end there it said that you would potentially need to be in creative. And while we're here, let's go ahead and take a look at this game. It is a King of the Ladder. Yeah, it's King of the Ladder. Y'all probably know the rules of King of the Ladder. Notchland had it. The Funtime theme park had it. And so yeah, I decided to make some glass walls around the ladder, out of all the different glass colors. And yeah, that is that. And yeah, we can move on now to this game right here, which is actually a mob arena. It's supposed to be a mob arena. Now, this game is actually going to be the last game. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that as the last game since I'm right here. The Epic Mob Arena. It's just a simple tower mob arena. Oh, I did not include a rule book. But but y'all get the gist. It's basically just a simple mob arena. I can go into spectator mode to show you the different levels. That noise scared the freak out of me, I'm not gonna lie. So we have a zombie, we have skeletons, we have spiders. Oh, we have piglins. Then we have, what is this? Oh, blazes and wither skeletons. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, that is that. So let me go back into creative. There we go. Anyways, moving on, what do we have? Oh my gosh, I remember, oh my gosh, the world tour he did with Lion Maker. I feel I don't know how to feel about saying that name, considering that guy was he was confirmed to be a bad person. Let me just say that. I really it's really sad, honestly, considering I really like those tours that Zero Only Gaming did with him. So yeah, it really is too bad about all that. Anyways, we can move on. Ooh, we can move on to this back end area over here. So yeah, we can move on to this back end area over here. Gonna try to forget what I said about all of that. So yeah, we can move on to this back end over here. I'm gonna do all of these right now. So yeah, so that way I don't have to come back to them later. So yeah, anyways, we have Shulker Box. We have a Shulker Box parkour game, which basically the rule is pretty easy. You just have to use the Shulker Boxes to parkour up to... You have to use the Shulker Boxes to parkour to the top. Is there a rule? I don't think there's a rule book. Excuse me. Should probably add that as well when I'm done here. And then we can move on around. I'm gonna move on, like I'm gonna move around everything. So anyways, we have another game. We have a game called Randomized PvP. Here is the rules. So yeah. So for example, if I was on the green team, I would press this button, and this is the set. This is the set that I would have to use to fight the other person. Anyways, moving on. Let me put all this stuff back first. And let me go ahead and take all of this off as well. Put all this right here and here and here. And there we go. Now we can move on to the next thing. The Bee roller coaster. It has a similar... It's the same thing as the Water Rush game. The Water Rush ride and the Z1 Only Gaming Bee roller coaster. Except I used an actual Minecraft bee as the base for the ride. So yeah, it's like the Bumblebee, inspired by Z1 Only. So yeah, here we go. And that is a very short ride, honestly. That is a very short ride. Anyways, we can move on to... Actually, no. I'm not doing any of that just yet. I'm doing all of this first. We have a Death Run game right here. In the original series, this is a Wipeout game, but because Death Run is a pretty long game, I decided to make this into a Death Run match, like into a Death Run game. Now, if you're a Minecraft server player, then you'll know exactly what Death Run is. But for those of you who don't know / are new to Death Run, here are the rules of the game. So this is page 1, page 2, page 3. So there we go. So yeah, that's Death Run. Then we have a game. Then we have another mini game that I came up with entirely by myself, called Slow Falling Parkour. Oh, let me show you the rules first. So yeah, it's basically just parkour, except you have the slow falling effect. There's only 2 jumps here. So yeah, I might make that into a more complex design, but yeah, that's supposed to be a slow falling potion on the side, or like on the top there. Then we have the pumpkin jackpot game, which is actually the first thing you walk into when playing my Halloween theme park. If anyone knows how to make PC worlds downloadable, please let me know so that way I can put those worlds up for download, because I really want you all to experience these parks yourselves. So yeah, anyways, we have a pumpkin jackpot, which is the first thing you will see when walking into my Halloween theme park. Which is also another episode. Oh hey, first try. So yeah, it'll be the first thing you'll walk into when walking into my Halloween theme park, which I made that into an episode of the My Creation Showcases series, which again, that playlist is in the description if you want to check it out. So yeah, Halloween jackpot. Anyways, moving on to this game. What is this game again? It's a pig type game. Oh, that's right, a pig tug of war game. So yeah, that is the rules, and there's some extra pigs in there. So yeah, we have this right here, and we have that pig right there, and you can that player can pull that lever to open the doors, and you have to basically throw your pig. You basically have to pull your pig to your side, and whoever pulls their pig to their side first wins. Now, the design of this minigame I actually find really interesting that, well, I find really cool that I did, because instead of just doing pink wool for the entire body, I used pink concrete for the outlines of the entire body. Which I find a very nice touch that I did here. So, yeah. Excuse me. Anyways, moving, you can see this is the other wall that is on the outside. Oh, and let me go ahead and show you the back wall as well, since you won't be seeing that. And yeah, that is the back wall there. And yeah, we can move on to this minigame right here, which is called, what is it? The Boat Brawl. And then here is the rules of that game. And yeah, basically parkouring on the boats without falling into the water, and everyone's allowed to use the sticks provided, which are given knockback to hopefully try to get the other players into the water. Last one standing like on the boats is the winner. So yeah, that's pretty much the concept of that game. I also made pixel art of a boat there. And so yeah, now we can move on over to this ride, which is on this side right here. Like the final thing of this area, which is called the Moving Eyes. Alright, now we can move on to the Moving Eyes, which is, yeah, it's a roller coaster, like another roller coaster, so I'll let you guys enjoy the ride, and yeah, you'll see why it's called Moving Eyes here in just a second, right here. Yeah, it's based off of a section, like this roller coaster is based off of a section in that one roller coaster map that YouTuber Minecraft Universe played, that is said to have been a roller coaster with optical illusions. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, potentially look it up. So yeah, that is that ride, and I think that is the entirety of this whole little back area right here. So yeah, now we can move on to this minigame right here, which is what is this game called again? Dog Races. Oh yeah, and the concept is inspired by Stampy's Top Paw Dog Assault course. So here's the rules, and yeah, that is that, and there's some extra wolf eggs if you wanna. There's some extra wolf eggs just in case the dog dies, and yeah, I include pixel art of a dog for extra detail, and yeah, that is that, and then we can move on to, you know what? Yeah, I'm just going to go through everything at this point. Considering it doesn't look like there's much left, I'm going to go through everything in order now. So yeah, next up we have a Connect 4 game, which is basically a similar design to how I did it in the minigame theme park, which is inspired by Manx Ninja Pig's 3 Easy to Make minigame series. So yeah, very similar concept. If you want to know what I'm talking about, look at my minigame theme park video, or look up Manx Ninja Pig's 3 Easy to Make minigame series. It was, I think, the final episode of that series, episode 39. It was either episode 38 or 39. Anyways, that is that. And then, did we go over? Oh wait, no, we didn't. There's still all of this stuff right here. Starting off, we have another ride. We have a ride called a Rainbow Adventure. Put that right there. And yeah, that's supposed to look like a broken track. Oh wait, why did I put my minecart away? I don't know. But yeah, another relatively short ride, Rainbow Adventure is. And then we have over here a safe. I'm not going to bother trying to figure out the code. I'll just go into... Actually, you know what? No. I'm actually going to pick block this. Because yeah, you get 64 diamonds for figuring that out. My gosh, that is loud. Yeah, there we go. That is that, and then after that, actually, let me turn this music down. Let me turn this music down a little more. There we go. Hopefully, y'all can hear me just fine. So yeah, anyways, we have this game right here called Snow Golem Protection, which here are the rules of that. And yeah, basically try to protect. Where is the Snow Golem? I don't see it. Okay, there, yeah. Push to start, and yeah, pushing this button will cause several zombies to spawn. Gotta keep them away from the Snow Golem, and yeah, that is that. Then we can move on over here. Oh yeah, the bridge. There's like this one, and then another one that's over there to cross over these rivers. I used the different types of lanterns, like the different types of copper lanterns, to make this bridge. Like, originally it was just the regular lanterns, but ever since they added the copper lanterns, I decided to make it a pattern of these types of lanterns. So yeah, anyways, we can move on. We already did this. We can move on to this. It's another pretty boring ride. Like, I don't know why. Like, I think it's because I was running out of ideas for everything in this park. We have a Rainbow Adventure to the Tube. Now, this is the final ride in this series. This is not a trilogy like Screaming Meteor and Fender Ender. But yeah, this is just a really boring. This is just a boring ride, kind of like supposed to be a trippy looking ride. It's really boring now that I think about it. I'm honestly not too sure. Anyways, we can move on over here. We can move on to this ride right here, which is called Atlantis the Ride. Yeah, I'll be quiet and so you can enjoy. So yeah, it's called Atlantis the Ride because I used multiple of the ocean monument materials to make this ride. You can see dark prismarine, you can see prismarine bricks, and then prismarine for the ground. I even tried making a little ocean temple-esque area right here, which, like I said before, you can compare this entire park to the entirety of my old version of this, which I will actually leave as a card at the beginning of the video, which, come to think of it, I might actually split this theme park area into two parts, like this theme park section of this world into two parts. Anyways, that is Atlantis the Ride. Anyways, we can move on. We have another bridge right here. Oh yeah, we have this area, Carnival Variety Alley. All games are playable. I'm not going to go through all the games. I'm just going to show you what they are. Shoot the coconuts, because bat eggs used to look like coconuts. Beanbag toss, duck fishing, shoot the lights, beanbag toss 2. Now, I was really starting to run out of ideas when making these 16 carnival games. Minecraft archery, fortune teller, mob fight. Oh yeah. And then ring toss, painting archery, test your luck, Minecart Archery 2.0, dunking booth, name inspired by Stampy, mini golf, armor archery, test your luck 2.0. But yeah, you can probably tell that I was really starting to run out of ideas for these carnival games. Anyways, moving on over here, we have a ride called The View, meant to look like those wooden roller coasters from back in the day. So yeah, you can. Oh, that's actually scary. Press the button when you're ready to head back down. You can take a look around and then once you're done, you can press this to head back down. So yeah, that's that ride, and yeah, I have shown you everything else in this little area, so we can move on to this. I believe this is the final area of the entire park that I need to show you guys. Starting off, we have a shoot this chicken game, concept inspired by Z1 and Only, where you press the button, 4 chickens come out, and you have to kill as many of them as possible before they end up in the lava. So yeah, push the button to dispense the chickens, and in case you need to refill on chickens, you can come back over here. Excuse me. Chicken refills, just in case. You can come up here, refill the dispensers, just in case, and yeah, that is that. Anyways, that is that. Anyways, moving on, we have Ring Toss, another, not Z1 Gaming, TSMC Minecraft, Carnival Fair Amusement Park series video that I used that entire series for a level in Extreme Hard Button 16. Like, I should probably shut up about that. But then again, this is probably going to be in a part 2, which yeah, I'm actually splitting this into 2 parts. I'm actually going to split this into 2 parts because yeah, I don't want to upload another hour and a half long video. So yeah, Ring Toss designed by TSMC Minecraft. So yeah, not playable. Anyways, moving on to what looks like just a normal ride, but if you look at the wall art here, you'll notice that these are supposed to represent different nether biomes, and that's because this is the final Screaming Meanie ride. Screaming Meanie 3, The Nether Adventure, where you actually travel through the different biomes of the nether. So yeah, be quiet for you to enjoy the ride. And yeah, that is another one of the longer rides in this park. Screaming Meanie 3, The Nether Adventure. That's the final ride of the Screaming Meanie trilogy. Anyways, we can move on over to this game, which is called Test Your Luck. Alright, moving on to Test Your Luck, which actually, come to think of it, I might actually just do it in one part, considering this might be the final recording session I'll need to do, because I'm trying to keep these as 10-minute recording sessions. Anyways, Test Your Luck rules. Here are the rules. And yeah, the colors are inspired by the Fishy Fine game from the Fun Time theme park. And yeah. Oh, is this a multiple page one? Oh, yes it is. It's of the scores, yes. And yeah, the scores are inspired by the Fishy Fine game from the Fun Time theme park. Anyways, moving on over here, we have a basketball game. So yeah, that's the basketball. And yeah, here are the rules. And yeah, you also want to make sure, and because it requires killing players, keep inventory should probably be off for this game. So yeah, and here is the look of the arena, Crimson and Warped. And yeah, moving on, we have a game that I came up with myself called Swing Those Doors, aka aka the Condorman, because Condorman is a character from Murder Drones. He is Uzi's father, and in the pilot, he is really into his doors. Let's just say that. So yeah, here are the rules of that. So yeah, I don't know why I put the Uzi Dorman. Probably because that's what the original name of this was. And yeah. Let me go into spectator mode here. Now this was made before the Pale Oak stuff was added, so this game doesn't have any Pale Oak stuff, so yeah, we can come in through here, and yeah, this is the finish line. And yeah, I didn't put a teleport button to teleport you back outside because that will basically force you to reset the game by closing all the doors. So yeah, game mode. Creative. There we go. And we have 2 more games to show off, and yeah, this is basically the final recording session of the for this video. Dunk Time, concept inspired by Stampy. So there are 3 different difficulties: easy, medium, and hard. So yeah, they are based off of difficulties based off of how long the rail system is and how far back it is. So, because easy difficulty is 3 rails and it's the closest. Medium is medium in regards to how far back it is and consists of 7 rails. And then 11 rails and is the farthest back is what the hard difficulty consists of. And then the powered rail controls off and on. So yeah, if I turn this switch, if I flip this switch, all of the powered rails turn on. So yeah, the concept is basically inspired by Stampy Longhead's It's basically inspired by Stampy Longhead's dunking booth. So yeah, those are the rules for that. And yeah, one more mini game to show off, and then I think that is going to be the entirety of this tour. So yeah, the house. Did I really just say the house joust? The horse joust. Here are the rules. And as you can see, there are different horses. I decided to name them all as well. Got Harry, inspired by Stampy. Jeffrey and Tina, which are inspired by a Cory Kenshin Little Nightmares 2 video. Like one of Cory Kenshin's Little Nightmares 2 videos where he dubbed the teacher looking over the students. And yeah, Thomas, Connor, and Gregory. So yeah, Gregory being security breach inspired, obviously, probably. But yeah, I think that is it for this tour. Like, I think that is the entirety of the theme park. I think that's the entirety of the theme park. So we are going to end things off by riding the monorail. And I have time to do that as well. So yeah, we are going to ride the monorail real quick. And yeah, I will be quiet for you guys so you can enjoy this ride. And yeah, show you guys what it looks like on the monorail. And yeah, I'll be back with you guys at the end of the ride. Like at the end of the monorail tour. Technical difficulties, please stand by. Technical difficulties. There we go. sorry to interrupt, but I just realized I forgot to show you one mini game, which I will show you guys at the end of the monorail trip. Actually, no, I'll actually edit that part in. I'm actually gonna edit that part in. Actually, no, I'll just show you guys. I'll just show you guys afterwards. Oh my gosh, I forgot to show you guys that too. What is wrong with me? Alright, that is the end of the monorail ride, and like I said during the rides, there are two things I forgot to show you guys about that tour. First is this, which is a Sharks and Minnows game. The design is inspired by Stampy Longhead's Pirate Plunder game. Again, that noise scared the freak out of me. It was the piglin from the Mob Arena. It's Sharks and Minnows. I first heard of this game from a Mario Muffet Adventures video. Man, the Mario Muffet Adventures' FNAF Plush videos are so nostalgic at this point. So yeah, those are the basic rules of Sharks and Minnows for those of you who don't know what Sharks and Minnows is. And yeah, the design is inspired by Stampy's Pirate Plunder game. And yeah, that is the first thing I forgot to show you guys. And then the second thing I forgot to show you guys is over here. Oh my gosh, that blaze, oh my gosh. That blaze also scared the freak out of me. This right here, Chinese food restaurant area, Chinese food stand. Like with noodles and all that stuff, I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, this is here. It's a Chinese food stand. So yeah, those are the two things that I completely forgot to show you guys before the monorail tour. And so yeah, that is basically going to do it for this episode of My Creation Showcases. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, hit the like button, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing and ringing the bell for updates on new videos. I might or might not make this into 2 parts, considering there's an hour and 20 minutes of footage. I'm not sure if I'll make it into 1 part or 2, but yeah, chances are I'm going to make it into just 1, but yeah. Chances are I'm just going to make it into just 1, and yeah. You'll know when the video comes out, and yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. See you guys!